Hello, family. Here we are again. Another installment of growth, another installment of love and understanding from God's point of view, from a heavenly perspective. Guys, I hope your week went by smoothly. My week went by smoothly. I just recently, before starting this, just came from a good workout. Just walking, getting that cardio up because I want to be in top shape, great energy to be able to bring to you guys. Because, hey, I'm doing the wheel and it feels great to do the wheel. It feels great to be a positive light. It feels great to spread love. It feels great, man. It really does. And this is what I've chosen my life to do. And that's to be a light, to be something that people can see in life that a lot of people don't see on a daily basis. I often say myself, people wake up and they're in the same house with their family. They don't even hear "I love you" before they leave out and go into the world. We end up looking for love in all the wrong places, or we looking for attention in all the wrong places, and we end up doing things that we shouldn't because we're not receiving what we should. So I've taken the stand in there because I've been a victim of those types of things, and I understand not only, the feeling of how a lot of us feel, but I also understand what a lot of us feel also. So that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm here in your face every week. And right now I'm working, guys, to provide content for you that will bring me to you every single day. And I'm excited about that because, again, man, I honestly, I love you guys with all my heart. Honestly, because you are me. You know what I'm saying? When I invest in myself, I'm investing in you too. If I get information and hold on to it, then I'm selfish. You know what I'm saying? I only think about myself, and I couldn't, as I even say that, I could never do that. That could never be me, because what I want out of life and what I have out of life, I want it for you. And it's honestly, it is for you. We're not here to gain information and receive all these things just so we can get high up and forget about those who walk and talk just like us. It was for all of us. So you hand that off, because handing it off doesn't mean that you're going to receive less. Handing it off doesn't mean that you're going to fall. Handing it off means you're going to receive more, because you're doing with it what you're supposed to do with it. Now, I'm going to jump off into this message, guys. And today's message comes from Genesis. We have to keep going from Genesis, because Genesis is fire. It has a lot of potency and a lot of understanding. God is moving in a lot of different ways in Genesis alone, because Genesis is where he created the heavens and the earth. He made his covenant with Abram. He made his covenant with the Israelites. All of this was created in Genesis. So Genesis is a very, very, very important book. It's the first book of the Bible. And I want you to understand, guys, what the Bible represents. Bible represents people who are trying to show life from a spiritual standpoint, who was showing you what, let me put it like this. They were showing you life from a spiritual standpoint. They believed and saw life move in different ways that people who see it physically, they can't see it in this way. And a lot of times we see things happen out in life, and we blame the person physically, when sometimes it has a spiritual aspect of why it happened, and that's what we can't see. I often use the analogy of the air we breathe. You can't see the air, but it's there. When you go outside and you feel that wind blowing, you can't see it, but you feel it. It's there. So how then can we go and say there's not a spiritual part of life? There's, it's more to it, guys. And I don't want us to just go out into everyday life just thinking it's just what we see. It's not what we see. There are things that we can't see that play a big role on consequences and decisions and all those different things in life that affect us inwardly, and we have to tread cautiously, because if we don't, then we risk hurting ourselves and those around us who we love. So today's message, I'm going straight into it because today's message, I want to show you guys who God is in this message. I want to show you guys and let you guys know whatever you're going through in life, there's no need to fear. So today's message is called God Makes Good on His Promises. A lot of times we get to the point where we feel that, God isn't real. God doesn't come through. He doesn't follow through. That's incorrect. He makes good on His promises. But we serve a God that He's not going to give you anything that will harm you. It's going to be at the perfect timing. That's what the struggle is about. You have to embrace it because He uses that to build you up, to get you to where you want to be, get you to where you need to be, get you to reach your desires. But in order to give you your desires, you have to go through the building process. Before, if you want a house, the house has to be built first for you to be able to move in it. You can't just say I want a house and then there it goes. The house has to be built up for a person to be able to receive it. And the same thing for you. You want things out of life, but you have to be built up to be able to receive those things out of life. If it's just given to you, you can easily lose it or it will tear you down. Great example before I jump into this message. I was watching something on the lottery, and they were speaking about the lottery and how the lottery is so many different things. But the one big thing that happened, they talked about how lottery winners, some committed suicide, some nervous breakdown, got on drugs and all these different things, and one guy committed suicide. And he wrote in this letter that winning the lottery was the worst thing that ever happened to me. And you got to think about it. How can a person who wins $120 million, how can that be the worst thing that happens to him? And that's because a lot of people, they play the lottery, but they're not built up to receive that amount of money. And a lot of people who get that money, statistics show that they end up spending all the money quickly within about 2 years, and they literally go into bankruptcy. Because you get all that money, you're now living an extravagant lifestyle that you haven't been prepared to receive, and you're not recognizing the consequences of all the different things that come with receiving that money. It's not just receiving that money. Things come with that money that you don't see, that we don't see. And that's what I'm trying, and that's the whole understanding that it's more to life than what we see. And so today's message is, I want you to understand this. God makes good on His promises, but He gives it in due time. When